Welcome back to the channel. My name is Abel. Welcome back to Football Manager 2021 and Eastern Resurgence 2 with Steaua Bucharest. We're taking on Gazmetan Mediash in today's video, but before that we've got a few other bits and pieces to get through, including our youth intake, which has just come in a couple of days before the match. So we're going to have a look at this together. I haven't really looked at it. All I can see is what's in front of me right now. So we've got some 5-star players. We're going to look at our youth intake, go through what's been happening off camera. We've been doing really well and still sit second place. FCSB just keep winning, which is not good. But all we can do is just stay as close to them as we can. And we're doing really well with, I think, 3 games left to go in the first portion of the season before we split into the playoffs. And as always, if you're enjoying this series, do drop a like down below and leave comments. It's the best way to support and help the channel. And if you haven't done so already, or if you're new, then do subscribe and turn on notifications. We're currently less than 50 subs away from 1,000. So we'll start with the youth intake. And apparently, led by Kartelin Cryu, we have the makings of a potential golden generation and another good youth intake. We had a great one last year, including, I think, a 2.5-star player. Looks like we've got some good players in here again, so we'll have a look through this together. All right, 4 players with 5-star potential. I'm more than happy with that. Let's go through these and have a look. So we've got Gabriel Toma. We've had a few Tomas during this thing. We've got Dan Toma in midfield. This guy is just a bit more further up, but can play deeper as a Zala, which is something that we do employ. Good passer of the ball, technique's good, work rate's good, he's not bad off the ball, good decision making and anticipation, very brave as well, which doesn't really matter too much in midfield. Physically, I'm sure he can improve. He's only 16, of course, so those numbers will hopefully go up in time, but definitely promising. Adrian Marica is a left winger who's already pretty quick. He's 5'6". So it seems like we've got another sort of Dinoza player on our hands with 1 strength. Again, he can't hurt a fly. And 1 leadership as well. Not good crossing. 7 isn't really good enough, but 11 dribbling is not too bad. I mean, he's got pace. And that's about it, really. Disappointing that his technicals aren't better. Marian Kepa is another winger who can play a bit further forward. He's 15. Again, pretty quick, but decent dribbling. Again, technically, I'd like him to be a little bit better, but hopefully, again, those numbers can improve with time. He's got a decent work rate, not bad leadership and good teamwork. Physically, again, pretty quick, but that's about it. And Cryu is a 15-year-old goalkeeper who's got some good attributes in the goalkeeping section. You know, command of area, communication, good kicking, great reflexes. He's determined. Okay, I like the look of these guys. We've got 4 players there that I think we could see play for the first team, maybe in the next couple of years, few years, we'll see. But anyway, let's go through what else has been happening off camera. Last episode, we defeated FCSB 1-0 in another derby in Bucharest. Took advantage of some mistakes by FCSB. They gave the ball away a few times, and we took one of those opportunities to score and win 1-0 with Nezovic getting that goal. But the manager has kind of made me eat my words a little bit. Remember what I said a couple of videos ago about him? It says a lot when you bring in the manager that just got promoted from the division below. I don't really feel like he's a good enough manager for FCSB. Turns out that we're only one of 3 sides to beat them last season, and apart from losing against us, they'd won every single game apart from 1 this year. And the managers kind of made me eat my words a little bit because they're top of the table and they're proving hard to catch because they won't stop winning. They currently sit 5 points ahead of us, so we have got a bit of work to do to try and catch them up. But after the win against FCSB, we did play a further 6 matches off camera, starting off with a great performance against Sepsi, winning 3-0 with just some fantastic finishing and great team play to win 3-0. Sepsi weren't bad themselves, unlucky not to score, I think, but we were phenomenal in every part of the pitch here. I think we were great in this game. Starting off the goal scoring was Vandas with his first goal for the club. He made it 1-0 on 39 minutes. We've got a couple more in the second half. Nezovic getting a goal to make it 2-0. He's well into double figures now. And in the last 10 minutes, Usman Marong scored to make it 3-0. Yeah, phenomenal performance by us. I think one of the best games we've played so far this season. It's just a great 3-0 win. Excellent defending. Erez was great in goal. I just really couldn't fault this at all. Unfortunately, we went from that to a snorefest against Clinceni, which ended 0-0. Just a really poor match, this one. I think there was one highlight in the first half, which was Vandas's goal being disallowed. I think that was the only thing we saw on key highlights. I don't think there was another highlight for the rest of the match. Then we managed to get a late smash and grab win against Viitorul. This was 1-0 away from home. Nezovic got the only goal in the 90th minute. Left it late. And again, it was looking to be another 0-0. A little bit more action than the previous match. And both teams, you know, were very similar XGs. We had a bit more possession. They had more shots than us. Well, one shot more anyway. Nezovic got the goal on the 90th minute in a game where I think we made the correct substitutions. Gremeni played a part in the goal. I think Toma with a big pass in there as well. So the subs really worked. So that was 1-0. We then faced Clinceni again, this time in the Romanian Cup quarter-final, and we won 2-0, so we do have a semi-final, and that is going to be next episode. Both legs will be next episode. Dominant performance here, much more convincing than the other fixture we had, which was 0-0 and boring. This was 2-0. Nezovic with a goal in the 6th minute, and then Ismail scoring on the hour to double the lead. Yeah, good performance, good defensive performance once again. It was just a fairly routine win, and it sends us through to the next round, to the semi-finals, where we're facing Kindia Targoviste, and we are, you know, we should be favourites for that. So I think we've got a good chance of making the final this season, go a step further than we did last year, and go into a final. And that might be against FCSB. They're in the semis again. Yeah, we're facing Kindia. FCSB are against Sepsi, and there's 2 legs. So we'll see if we can get past Kindia. We should be able to. I think they are one of the weakest teams in the league. And then we'll see what happens between Sepsi and FCSB. But both legs of that will be next episode. After the cup game, we got a 1-0 win against Hermannstadt. Another match that was looking like it was going to be a bit dull. We managed to win via a penalty, which Ismail converted. That was on 57 minutes. Other than that, once again, not a great deal to talk about here. Hermannstadt, again, maybe unlucky not to score. They had 7 shots on target, but Erich, again, was fantastic in goal. So yeah, this wasn't an amazing performance. It was a very close game, and I feel like Hermannstadt might be unlucky not to get a point from this one. And for us to only score via a penalty, just not great that we didn't score in open play in this one. And the last match we played off camera was a 1-1 draw away against current cup holders, UTA Arad. We were pretty lucky in this one. We weren't great at all, and had a bit of an off day defensively here. Just giving the ball away, not making big tackles. It was a frustrating day, this one. And it ended 1-1. UTA took a lead through Dorofte on 79 minutes. Fairly late goal. We did manage to equalise through Vasilescu on 83 minutes. The Dorofte goal as well went to VAR, and then the goal was given. That doesn't happen very often at all. It's not often that VAR actually agrees with the official who gave the goal. VAR interrupted and then said, yeah, you're right, it is a goal. That does not happen at all often. Again, just a bit of an off day here. Vasilescu got the goal, Denoza with the assist as well, so they got high ratings. Other than that, we weren't great in this one. We managed to remain unbeaten, which is good. We haven't lost since losing to Craiova at the end of January. And apart from UTA, we actually hadn't conceded a goal since last episode. So that's really, really good. We went 6 games without conceding. We're on an 8-match unbeaten run. Things are going very, very well, but FCSB just doing that a little bit better than us. If we look at the table, you can see they are 5 points clear with 3 games to go before we split. So we have all but qualified for that top 6. Sepsi do have a game in hand against Sigzareda, and if they lose that, then we will be certain for the top 6. But yeah, we've pretty much made it. We just need 1 more point to do so in these last 3 matches. Gaz is going to be a tough one today. They're the current league champions. They also won 8-0 recently. If we look at Gaz's form, we saw, of course, that they got through their group in the Europa Conference League. They did draw Fiorentina in the first knockout round, but lost 4-2 on aggregate. So no more Romanian teams in Europe this season. They went on to beat Sepsi, and they get an 8-0 win against Hermannstadt. Nikitescu with 4 goals. So it's going to be a difficult one today. They beat us 4-1 at home earlier in the season. So hopefully we don't do anything silly here. So Sepsi lost 4-2, which means that we have confirmed a top 6 finish. We will be in the championship group again this season. Okay, Manalake carrying a little bit of a knock, but I think he should be okay to play. I'm going to drop Morong into midfield 3 again. He's had a couple of rough games playing in that number 10 role. We're going to drop him in between Vasilescu and Nedele. Going to go unchanged, I think. Shofran had a rough game last time, but we're going to leave him out. Going to bring Van Les onto the bench in place of Stupa, who we did try to move on at the end of the transfer window, but no bids came in for him, sadly. So yeah, we're not going to change anything here. I don't think we need to. Manalake, as I said, carrying a bit of a knock, but should be okay to play. And we're going to drop it to balanced for the start of the game and see how things go. If we dominate the possession, we'll move it back up to standard again, or to positive rather. But I think we'll start on balanced and just see how the game goes. I feel like we're going to be in for a rough day today, but I might be wrong. We might surprise everyone and win again. I mean, we're surprising everyone by, again, being in this top 6 when people are just expecting us to stay up this season. We are just exceeding all expectations. And again, looking like we're going to hopefully challenge for the title again this year. But off we go against Gazmetan Mediash, who I'm going to shorten the Gaz from now on. Let's see if we can upset them here and get our win back, because they beat us 4-1 at home earlier in the season. Let's try and get a bit of retribution against them. Well, Dragnea is through on goal here, 5 minutes in. Erez gets down to make the save. Here's Plumbuitu for Gaz. Looking to make the cross. He does so. Cimpianu with a clearance. It comes to Ishmihil. Manages to get on the end of it, which is good. Goes backwards to Radu. And here is Vasilescu to Marong, playing a slightly deeper role today than he's been playing recently. Here's Ishmihil to Nezovic, who's managed to get on the right side of the defender. Goes for goal, but Buki manages to get to that. 15 minutes coming up on the clock. Here's Dinoza. And manages to get off there. He gave the ball away, but luckily managed to recover it. Here's Nezovic to Marong. And that was not good. Ball given away. And here's Dragnea again. Going to force Erez into action. It was a poor effort. Erez with a simple save there. So we've given the ball away a couple of times in this first 20 minutes or so. Haven't done especially well. We've got a set piece here though. 20 minutes gone. Can we get anything from this? It's going to come back to Taufik Ishmihil. Here's Radu. Nedalea. Manalake. Radu to Nezovic. Marong. He's not going to be able to shoot, I don't think. Vasilescu could have a go here, though. Dinoza. Vasilescu to Radu. That's a good ball. Radu can look for a cross now. It's Dinoza. It's blocked. That was a good chance to score there. That was a good attack, though. Shofran throw to Nedalea. Vasilescu. Carlos with the attempted tackle, but doesn't win the ball. Out wide to Radu. This is good play here. Doing well. Vasilescu to Marong. Nezovic. We need to really get into that box. Marong could have a go. Oh, it's close. We're not really able to get long shots away at the moment. They're pushing us quite high, Mediash. You know, they've got a lot of people clustered around that 18-yard box. Free kick. Ishmihil. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's Manalake. I thought it was straight in from Ishmihil, but Manalake looked like he got on the end of it. Great stuff. We take a 1-0 lead on 35 minutes. Bang on. Let's see this again. I thought this was straight in from Ishmihil, but it took a huge deflection off of Manalake. Whether we knew about it or not, I have no clue. But he's going to take the goal, and we have a 1-0 lead. Last few seconds of the first half here. Could be a chance to double our lead in the dying moments of the first half. It's Marong. It's just the wrong side of the post. It was very close. We've been a bit sloppy in the possession, but when we've got forward, we have looked threatening. I'm pleased with the first half. Just need to try and cut out some of those mistakes. I'm going to go for a don't get complacent. You know, this is far from over. I think we were 1-0 up in the last game and they then scored 4. But we're halfway through the match. We're playing all right. You know, Manalake got the goal. Erez is, again, had some saves to make. I'm going to go for some slightly shorter passing, and I'm going to push that defensive line up a little bit. Let's see if we can hold on to this. We have a 1-0 lead. A second goal I'd be thrilled with. Just need to try and make sure that we hold on. We've conceded very few goals recently. We conceded 1 goal off camera in 6 games. Here's Cardos. Plumbuitu goes long. Manalake with the interception. Here's Vasilescu. I thought that was going to be a bad pass then, but manages to get Radu. Here's Nezovic. Ishmihil. Oh, and that's an acrobatic, I think, volley for his 21st of the season. There's only 1 goal away from equaling last season's tally. He's been injured, and there's still 10 games left in the playoffs and 2 more in this league format. So there's still 12 games left of the season, and he's already 1 away from what he got last season. And a great volley there, acrobatic as well. We're looking very good. Very, very pleased. Here's Nikitsetsku. He scored 4 goals in that 8-0 win. Here's Dragnea. And Erez again manages to make the save. They've been simple saves, but he's done them. He's been great. And he's having another great game here again today. Dinoza to Nedalea. Headed away by Plumbuitu. And Tosic to Nikitsetsku. And a ball through to Dragnea. He's beaten that high defensive line. And again, Erez has made the save. He's just... I don't know. I don't have enough adjectives for him. He's been unbelievable. Can we defend the corner? It's over. We're approaching the hour. Throw in for Gaz. Here is Dragnea. I'm going to drop that defensive line again. I think that was a bad call. This could be a chance here. Nitsu. And that does eventually go in. There's been a few chances for Gaz. Eventually, one of them was going to score, and Nitsu manages to get them back into the game. It's 2-1. Well, let's see this again. Then Plumbury 2 with the ball, and it was Manalake, I think, beaten in the air. Nikosetsku gives it back to Nitsu, who goes right side of Erez to bring a goal back in for them. They're back in the game. I'm going to go for a calm down and see if we can hold on here. I'm going to make a change as well. I'm going to bring off Nedalea, and I'm going to bring on Toma, and we're going to drop Vasilescu behind the two midfielders. Just try and go a little bit more defensive here. I mean, a third goal would be brilliant, but I just want to try and hold on. I'm not going to go completely defensive, just try and get an extra man between that defence and that midfield, hopefully. I've got to drop that defensive line as well. Just drop that. Just drop the defence. We might be scoring here. Oh, Dinoza's hit the post. I didn't realise the highlight was still going. I thought I paused it. We just about saw Dinoza hit the woodwork there. And we've still got 20 minutes to get through here. Manalake is starting to get a bit wary out there. So we're going to bring him off and bring on Timothy Sukar. This is going to be a nervous 15 minutes or so to try and hold on to this lead. 10 minutes left to go. I've got one more change to make. We're going to go defensive, and we're going to bring off Nezovic for Vandas, and we're just going to drop the midfielders. We're going to drop the wingers for a flat 4 midfield, and just hopefully hold on here, please. 4 minutes to stoppage time. Can we hold on for the 3 points? It looks like it. We've played 94 minutes, and that is full time. Gazmetan Midiash 1, Steaua Bucharest 2. Yeah, another great performance. Erez again had a storming gaming goal. He was beaten, but he made a number of saves. Morong had a much more improved performance. Vasilescu was good. Ishmael with a goal. Radu was great at left back. Still waiting for FCSB's game, so we'll see if we can maybe close that gap or if they can extend it back to 5. FCSB are away against 6E8, so we'll see if that gap gets closed or not, or if they can extend it back to 5. It's a 2-1 win away from home. They continue that winning streak, and the gap stays at 5 points with 2 games to go before the playoffs. I think when the points get halved, it gets rounded up. So I think that gap will be 3 points. And we do have to face them twice in those playoffs. So, you know, that's a chance to overtake them. If we can get results against them, then it gives us a chance to leapfrog them. But the form they're in at the moment, I think it's going to be difficult to take points from them. I can't believe we did last time. They're in the middle of a big winning streak and we just went and beat them 1-0 and they had an off day. You know, they've made mistakes. But as we previously mentioned, we're going to do Dinamo and Petrol off camera, the last 2 games before we split to the playoffs. Next episode, I'm going to bring you both legs of the Romanian Cup semi-final against Kindia Targoviste. And hopefully we can get through that and go into a final and maybe go for a trophy this season. Whether we get the Liga or not, I don't know. It's going to be a tough one. But, you know, the Romanian Cup's looking like a possibility. If we can get through Kindia, then we'll have a final. And we've beaten FCSB before. To say we can't do it again. We could end up against Sepsi as well. You know, they might beat FCSB. But hopefully we'll be through to a final. But that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, do drop a like down below and leave comments. If you haven't done so already, or if you're new, do subscribe and turn on notifications. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. It'd be lovely to get this sort of month next month. And next time, we'll jump into the Romanian Cup semi-final, see if we can get through and go for a final, and maybe go for a trophy later in the season. Huge win today against Gazmetan Midiash, 2-1 away from home. We've confirmed our place in the top 6. We're keeping that gap at 5 points behind FCSB. We're doing very, very well. Hopefully we can get through those last 2 league games with minimal fuss and take some good form into the playoffs. But that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.